Hello, friends, it's Ollah. Welcome to Dolls Mummy Diaries YouTube channel. My name is Ollah, and this is my channel in which I share all my experiences of being a doll mummy. Today, here we have got Paris, who's made by the artist Ping Lau, and we've got Shona Aviva, who is made by the artist Bonnie Brown, and she's the Maddie sculpt. And she is the Paris sculpt, and I kept her name as Paris, but I changed her name from Maddie to Shona Aviva. Okay, so introduction's over. Let's get straight on with it. Before we do dive into the video, please give this video a like and a subscribe. And remember to click on your notification bell so that as soon as I upload a video, you'll be notified and you'll be able to watch my video immediately without any delay. Okay, so let's get on with today's video, which is I have been learning for the last 4 years, but I haven't been properly using Reborn paints. And this video is about my journey using Reborn paints. And this video is about applying the primary wash. If you haven't watched my introductory videos to this journey, video 1 and 2, I will put a link in the description, or you can go straight to my playlist, click on Reborn tutorials, and you will see my 2 videos. Okay, so this is applying the primary wash. So let's look at the kit that I've got. The kit that I've got that I'm using is PIPPA. It's a replica kit of the PIPPA sculpt, which is made by Natalie Blick. The original one is made by Natalie Blick, and this is a replica. Replica kits are very good if you're learning to be a reborn artist. I think it makes sense to buy replica kits because they're more affordable and you can mess them up as much as you want. You can throw them away. She only cost me £20. If I bought the original kit by Natalie Blick, they were all in America, so obviously I have to pay postage from America, which is at least $50, $50 to $80, and then the cheapest I could find was $360 something. I made offers, my offers kept on getting rejected. The person really wanted to make as much money as they could out of this kit. So I thought, I'm learning, there's no point in buying the authentic one because I will probably mess it up and I would have spent a lot of money in it. So I've got the replica here. So if you see my first 2 videos, you know that I've applied the base primer. The whole point of the base primer is to make sure that the paint that you put on the kit sticks to the kit. That's the base primer. I put 2 layers on. So I put the first layer, it dried. After I let it dry for about a day or 2, and I came back and put another layer on. So that's to make sure that when I paint it, it will stay on. So now I'm actually going to do some painting. And the first painting you do after you've put your primer, it's called primary wash, and that's your base color. Normally when you put on primary wash, you'll have 3 colors: blue, red and yellow. I'll just show you them. So this is oops, can I get this yet? That's red, and this is Waterborne paint. So I'm using air dry paint. So there's various types of air dry paints available. There's fusion, there's all kinds of air dry paints. I'm just using Waterborne because somebody else that I know that's got a YouTube channel that's starting out in painting air dry, she said she used Waterborne, so that's why I bought Waterborne. And I bought it from a company called Mott and Guido. I think they're based in the UK, but they do like sell, I think, internationally. I'm not 100% sure, I think so. So you'd have the yellow, the red and the blue. Sorry, the blue is in another place, in another part of this room. I'm not getting up to go and get that. So you'd normally use these three, but because I'm painting Pippa into an ethnic doll, I've decided to change the primary colours. So the primary colours I'm using today is, I'm using burnt umber, which is like a dark kind of browny colour, and then I'm using the red and the yellow. So I just put a drop of each of them into my paint palette and add distilled water to make it really, really watery. It has to be watery. You cannot start off on your primary wash, your first paint layer, excuse me. You can't start it off with thick paint. You're always going to use translucent paint, properly diluted with lots of water, so it's nice and watery. It's meant to be watery, and you're meant to put layers and layers of watery paint on the doll to build up the colour gradually. You don't just dump a huge thick wad of paint on the doll and hope for a miracle. You can't do that. You have to have patience in this art. So I have mixed those three colours together in a palette, and this is what the colour looks like. Oopsie daisy, I've gone and spilt some on my beautiful corduroy trousers. So that's what the colour looks like. It's kind of like a brownie colour, and I'm going to now paint it on the doll. The first part I'm going to do is her head. I've got my mug tree here that I will find useful, make good use of. So I'm going to do the leg, one leg first. Or should I do an arm? Let's start off with an arm. And for those who don't know, this doll that I'm painting, she's already been painted white Caucasian. I didn't strip her original paint, I just left it on. I'll be honest, I did this over 5 days ago, so she has got a bit of dust on her, so I'm trying to just manually remove the dust. So I've been warned that dust and lint can ruin your work. So I'm just manually removing every trace of dust and lint I can see. I tried using tissue, but tissue didn't get rid of it. But I've got gloves on it. It does seem to be doing the work with these rubber gloves. It's picking them out. There it is. Look at that paint colour. So all I have to do is just apply the paint generously, cover the whole arm in this paint. And remember, it has to be watery, very watery. It's kind of like, it needs to be see-through. Do you know what? I don't know whether I'm meant to be doing the palm of our hands, you know. Do you know what? I'll do it anyway. I can always remove it if I'm not meant to do it. Okay, so once you've applied it, then you have to blend it in with a puffy makeup brush. So I'm going to just blend it in now. And then I have to make sure that the paint has got into the creases. She have creases along her arms, around her wrists there'll be a crease, there'll be creases in her fingers, all around. I just have to make sure that the paint has got into those creases. Her elbow will have some creases there. So guys, I've now done 2 of her arms and I've put them on the mug tree. As you can see, I've put toilet roll in the arms, in the hole in the arms, and then put it on the mug tree because I've noticed that none of the limbs can actually stay on the mug tree. The mug tree just tips over, and it's not the fault of the mug tree, it's because I'm doing toddler and toddler limbs are much heavier. So I'm going to do the head now so that you can see me do the head, and then I'll do the other legs off camera because I know you just want to see how I put the primary paint on. So I've shown you how I did the arms, and I think that the head is, you know, obviously different to a limb, so I just thought I'd quickly show you the head and then I'm going to end the video. That's her head. Just turn the camera around. Oopsie daisy. There are my 2 beautiful doll children sitting there very obediently. They're such lovely children. It's a little bit shiny, but I don't mind that because it kind of tells me that I'm making progress. I'm hoping I've not made it too watery, but to be fair, it's better that it's too watery and you can fix that later than if you go in with a thick layer. At this stage of the painting, nothing must be thick. It has to be translucent, very thin, very see-through kind of paint color. The consistency has to be really thin and lightweight. So it's better to be safe than sorry. So when you put it on it, you can barely see the color, which is fine. Now, how did I choose the colors that I chose? I chose burnt umber, yellow, and red. So I missed out the blue. I asked ChatGPT what it thought I should use as my primary colors for a light biracial reborn. And it said for light golden color, it suggested yellow ochre. I think that's how you pronounce it, OCHRE, yellow ochre, and burnt umber. And then it said if you wanted like a Mediterranean skin tone, it said raw sienna and red. So you know what I did? I decided to just go for burnt umber and yellow, and then ChatGPT only suggests 2 colors for each type of skin tone. And the Reborn artists online, obviously they say 3 colors for the primary wash. So I thought I'd add in the red as my 3rd color. And I don't think there's any harm in me making up my own color. It's not doing Pippa any damage at the moment. She's looking fine. because the red, blue and yellow, I understand from the videos I've watched, is for a white Caucasian baby. And she's already had the red, yellow and blue because she was hand painted by an artist. She's got veins and everything else put in around her head and her body. And they say Waterborne paints dry very quickly, so you got to get in there with the blending quickly so you don't get splotchy parts around the face. You need to get in there and blend it all out. If it gets wet, you dab the brush on a kitchen towel to get rid of any excess paint and water on the makeup brush that you're using to blend the paint. So we're trying to get rid of any splotchy bits, get it all blended in, make it look nice and smooth. Am I enjoying this? Absolutely. It's so therapeutic. Guys, just go out and get yourself a nice cheap kit. Anytime you see that I've got a video up, get out your kit and sit with me and learn what I'm learning. Let's learn together on this journey how to do this. Doing it by yourself can be challenging and not motivating, but doing it with someone is more motivating, isn't it? So go and watch the videos I've already uploaded so you can get up to date. Because I haven't really gone far on this journey. It's not too late for you to join me. Just get your kit and watch my first couple of videos and try and catch up with me. I will always put an update on my post tab so you know when the video is going to come up. You can get yourself ready for it. Right, have to deal with those creases. Make sure that there's no paint pooling around in all these little corners. Make sure there's no pooling going on. That will prevent her looking realistic. So I've put some paint in where her eyelids are, in her nostrils, under her chin, above her lip, to her other ear. Right, let's get some more blending going on there in those areas that I've just dealt with. Make sure there's nothing that's pooling or looking splotchy that will ruin her appearance. Oh, Pip, you're such a good doll. She's not complained at all, you know. I took her eyes out. She didn't complain at all. I'm looking forward to her becoming a real ethnic baby. I don't think I'm going to be able to part with her. If I really do well with this, I might make her a brother. I want this to be a high-end replica, so I might buy glass eyes for her and then buy really, really nice glass beads so that she's like a high-end replica, not a low-end one. Look at that. Does she look gorgeous? So guys, that's me done for this video. I've shown you how to do the primary wash, picking your primary colours, which generally speaking is red, yellow and blue. You put a little drop of each, plenty of water to make it translucent, mix it all around and apply quickly before the Waterborne paint dries up on you while you're applying it. So blend quickly, do the creasing quickly, put the doll away and leave it to dry for at least a day before you come back with doing another primary wash layer. When I asked ChatGPT, it said it reckoned that I need at least 5 layers of that primary wash. That's the very minimum. But I think you're probably going to do a lot more than that, because you have to keep on putting that primary wash on until you get a change in the skin tone you've got. You really need, until you see colour appearing, and that's going to be after multiple layers. And until you see some colour, you need to just keep going. But that's me for today. I am going to do the legs off camera, and I will see you in this journey on my next video. Bye bye.